Alrighty, so I'm on to episode number 5 of Batman the Animated Series. This episode's titled Pretty Poison. It's episode number 5. I'm assuming it's about Poison Ivy. I don't really know a whole lot about her, aside from the Batman and Robin movie with Uma Thurman and the Arkham games. That's about all I really know about her. So maybe this episode will give me a little more about her, maybe give me some stuff I didn't know about her. But yeah, I'm gonna dive into her and let you know what I think of her. And I got my PS4 hooked up right now, so hopefully it's not too loud. But yeah, I'll let you know what I think of her. Guys, so I just finished episode 5, Pretty Poison. The story to this is, I probably like the story to this the most. There's a couple things I didn't really like in it, but I like the story in it a lot. Basically, Harvey Dent and the community are tearing up the ground in the spot to make a new jail. Like, it's a flashback 5 years ago, and they tear up the property, put the new jail in. Turns out that when in doing so, they actually caused a flower to go extinct, and it made Pamela Isley, I guess her name is, just go crazy about this plant because she just loves nature and stuff. So 5 years later, she still has like the last one of these plants, and she's turned it into a poison, and she actually poisons Harvey Dent. And basically, the remainder of the episode is Batman trying to find an antidote for Harvey and trying to stop Poison Ivy all at the same time. I There are a lot of puns in this episode, but there's a lot of puns in every episode. Yeah, no, I actually thoroughly enjoyed this episode. There's a part where Ivy just shows up and she's in her green outfit. I almost felt like this episode would have worked better if she didn't have that outfit yet. I know there's a lot more episodes with her in it, so maybe they could have brung that in another episode, but I'm not being held up on that. Overall, I give it thumbs up. I loved it. The art in it. Poison Ivy looks awesome. Like, probably the prettiest looking character in the show so far. And I love how big and bulky Bruce is. He has been up until now, but I love it. Yeah, the Harvey Dent appears in this episode, and he has such like a long head. I noticed. I just jotted that down. But there's a scene where Batman stops a helicopter and wraps his thing around it, and it's flying, and it just kind of stops and just goes whoop. It's like, okay, yeah, that would happen. There's also another part where Bullock, actually a couple different times, when the police had to run, they all ran out of the police station, and Bullock runs back in for a donut. He does it twice in this episode. I had to note it. But yeah, I'm gonna just briefly go over the story right quick on some things I jotted down. Flashback, I already went over that. It's basically the flashback 5 years before the episode starts, and then the episode's 5 years later, and that no one looks like they aged a day, but it's a cartoon, so whatever. Ivy actually goes on a date with Harvey Dent, and then they have a big long kiss, and Bruce is just sitting there looking at his watch, like, okay. But the kiss is actually, Harvey passes out from the kiss, and then Bruce thinks it's just because he's got a new girlfriend or whatever, but it's actually the poison on the lips, like in the Batman Robin movie. Um, Bruce is in the hospital, and they can't find out why he's poisoned or how he's poisoned or what an antidote would be. So Bruce steals Harvey's blood and takes it back to the Batcave and basically does it all himself. Finds out what poisoned him, how, and what the antidote would be. It's a wild thorny rose, they keep calling it. It's been extinct for 5 years, and it's been extinct because of everything that's happened 5 years ago, tearing up the ground for this new jail. Then whenever Batman finally gets to Poison Ivy, he's in like this giant garden, and there's this giant Venus flytrap with like vines that grabs him and pulls him in, and he's like kicking the teeth out of the thing. I kind of like that scene. I thought it was badass. Yeah, and I jotted that Pam Poison Ivy looked very innocent up until about 15 minutes in the episode, and I thought they could have kept that innocence to her and just built up the costume over time, but this is like friggin' 20 some years ago the show was made, so whatever. She says something like, call me Poison Ivy, so she gave herself her name. Mad because Harvey killed the species of a flower. That's essentially the plot of this episode is she's just mad at Harvey Dent. She's putting all the blame on Harvey when really it's an organization, not just Harvey, but he's the head of it. So, and then she's putting on her lipstick right before she's about to kiss Batman. She's like, his fate was sealed with a kiss, and then tries to kiss Actually, she does kiss Batman and poisons him, but he winds up trading the flower for the poison in a big fire at the end. It's, yeah. There's a part where Poison Ivy, she has this little crossbow thing on her arm, and I actually really like that. I thought that was cool, but she keeps shooting it at Batman, and Batman ducks at one point, and it goes over him and kills the Venus flytrap, and she was sour at that. Yeah, the runtime to this is 22 minutes, 20 seconds, episode 5, Pretty Poison Batman, the animated series. Overall, I give it a thumbs up. I love the art, love the soundtrack. Again, the only thing wrong with this episode in my eyes is they should have kept that innocent look to Poison Ivy and then built up the costume in later episodes, but I'm not gonna make that ruin the episode on me. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of episode number 5 and what is next. The Underdwellers. Maybe Killer Croc or something? I don't know. Sounds like sewer people or something. I don't know, but yeah, that'll be my next review for Batman the Animated Series, and I also ordered this last week, Batman Mystery of the Batwoman. I actually haven't seen this yet, so this is going to be completely new to me. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of her, and if you like my review so far, if I should keep going. I'm going to keep going for my benefit anyway, but I hope you guys like it. Have a good day, guys. Take it easy.